refresh or change things up over the 5-week for you?
I went back to Indy and saw my son play football all weekend, so that was good. Um, no, it was good week to just reset, get back on track, and refocus for the next nine weeks.
At the New England game, you tried 2 onside kicks there and was successful on the second one, but you started the first one with the Horcas.
Yep.
So you obviously got a few options.
Yeah, we have a few options. Good execution on the second one with the kick, and got the high hop there, and Gage was in a good spot. So give our offense another opportunity with the ball.
When you look back at the first games, like what are your biggest takeaways about your unit, and I guess the areas of improvement you're trying to make the most in the second half?
Yeah, we started slow. Just a couple mishaps early. I felt like we got back on track about midway through the first half of the year. Definitely missed some opportunities in the return game, both on KOR and punt return. So emphasis on that moving forward. With also priority in coverage. I mean, that's always going to be a huge thing for us.
Was that for you guys? He played a lot of special team snaps for you.
I'm sorry?
Joe Tryon.
Oh, yeah, Joe.
Played
Yeah.
a lot of special team
Yeah.
snaps for you, so is that kind of a...
Yeah, I mean, we've really gotten contributions from a number of different areas. We have a decent amount of D linemen that are playing for us. That don't have a ton of, I would say, core type guys. So I feel like we're pulling from different parts of the team. So it's been a good thing for the D line to give us some contributions there.
You practice onside kicks.
What day of the week? We talk through it throughout the week. We usually typically hit them on Friday. There's times where we'll hit them on Thursday as well. Friday is when I usually do I hit a lot of situational type things in my meeting. So
You never know whether it's in a game plan or not, so you practice them anyway.
yeah, we practice our onside kick, and we practice our hands unit every week.
Just halfway through the year for Andre, and how you've kind of seen him come along and obviously work through some of the misses and struggles and things like that he's had too.
Yeah, and like I said, I feel like early in the season, first time out there, obviously missed a couple kicks against Cincy, which were critical, but then got back on track. Had a miss at Detroit on a deep kick, missed a kick at New England, which would have been a big one, but I feel like he's been really consistent in his practice reps. I feel like he's in a good spot, moving forward.
Tommy before he got here last year?
No, I did not. I knew who Tommy was, but I did not know him.
Changed. Obviously, Kevin made the change in play color this week. Do you feel that throughout the coaching staff? How do you react to something like that?
Not really. I haven't really felt anything different at all. I always tell Tommy I feel like he's younger than me. I want to say almost 10 years younger than me. I always feel like he's like my age because we're always talking and chopping it up and stuff. So, he's a great football coach. He's got a great mind, very smart. I think he's been really good for our staff and for our team.
That though obviously doesn't impact you directly, that there's a change in play color, but what does it say about just Kevin from a leadership standpoint that he's willing to pass that off? What message does that send to you guys as a coaching staff, to the team, that he's willing to hand that off just to sort of try to find a way to get this offense moving in the right direction?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't say enough good things about Kev. I think he's done a great job with the messaging to our football team, keeping our team connected. We obviously have I would say we have a lot of faith in him to be able to lead this building. And then obviously to be able to hand it off to Tommy. You don't do that unless you trust the guy that you're giving that to. So I think Tommy's, earned that opportunity. So I think Kevin definitely trusts him.
For the onside kick, but one last question.
Yeah.
Given the changes in the rules and having to declare,
Yeah.
how much of an onside kick now has become luck?
Become luck? Yeah, I mean, I think practice execution, you got to be able to, you have to hit a good kick. Yet the formation is going to dictate, how they are aligned to your personnel. People want to have other like avenues and things like that to be able to like change the play. I always feel like you shouldn't, if you're losing and trailing in the game, you shouldn't have an opportunity to get the ball back. Like why should we give a higher percentage of a recovery to a team that's losing? So to me, like if you're losing in the game, you should have did more earlier in the game to not put yourself in that spot.
Onside kicks, since it seems like onside kick day. How much? Because there was a play.
Is this national onside kick?
Wednesday, so.
off a bye week. Give us a break.
Well, there was a play in Cincinnati, Chicago
Yeah.
on Sunday
Yeah.
where the recovering team went up 2 yards and it bounced off
hit
the
him,
guy's
yeah.
foot. How much of that is a good teaching tool and stuff that let it go the 10 yards, don't advance to try to get it?
Yeah, I think depending on how you're coaching the play is how those guys are how they're gonna react and how they're gonna play it. There's different ways to be able to execute the recovery. There's different alignments. There's different positions that factor. Who are the ball handlers? Who are you telling to recover the ball? Do you have one guy recovering the ball? Is everyone an option? So, not really trying to give too much away, but it just depends on how you're coaching those players to do it. But ideally, you don't want to. If you're going to block, you don't want to contact the ball before it gets the return or before it gets to 10 yards.
And then because even on returns and stuff, if you're going down and it bounces off you, it's still live ball anyway, too.
Correct. Yeah.
Corley, he returned some kicks last game for
Yeah.
you, right? Like, what have you seen him overall on your unit end as a returner?
He's developing. He's learning. I think that he'll continue to improve the more opportunities he gets to touch the ball, both in practice and in games. We cleaned up some things from the New England game that I think that we can be better in. So, but I like the kid, hard worker, good with the ball in his hands. He almost is built like a running back. So we like that about him.
Special teams coach who's against onside kicks.
I'm not against onside kicks, but I just don't think that like we need to like gimmick the game up and have like a 4th and like 15 offensive play to try to get the ball back or something like that.
That's radical.
Yeah.
You don't understand why
I mean,
a team losing should have a chance to come back.
look, it's a lower percentage recovery rate because I would say they're trying to keep the play safe and eliminate the run up to the kick line. So that's why, now the one thing that they did do this year is now you're allowed to have your front foot on the 35-yard line, whereas in the past you would have to have it on the 34. Hasn't made that much of a difference, but I'm in favor of the onside kick. But if you're going to try to sustain the same formation and not have like overloaded formations and run-ups to the line to be able to they want to be able to keep the play safe. That's the way. I mean, you're trying to eliminate speed over space. That's why the kickoff play is what it is.
Now, at the midpoint of this season, have you been surprised with kick return rates and everything, or what's been your view of the modified rule?
No, I mean, I told you guys back in the spring that it's pretty much where I thought it was going to be. I thought it'd be about 85%. It's at just under 80, I think, 79%. I read that the injury rates are about the same as a normal play, so the plays proved to be a safe play. I think you'll still start to see like evolvement of the play as like the years go on. I think there's ways to improve it, obviously. So I think they'll continue to tweak the play. So.